Are you ready to go live?
We're in trouble in America. We're losing our moral bearings. We're losing our respect for the rule of law. And you look around America today and things are bad and they're getting worse. We're broke. We're dispirited. We're scared. We've been moving closer and closer to socialism, further away from God, the Constitution, doing what's right in our own eyes, and all the while, not noticing that it's killing us. It's killing our nation.
Just beginning.
Americans tend to be too comfortable, slowly but surely turning their backs on the sacrifices their forefathers made for liberty. Why is that? As bad as it is, as horrible as it seems, as unlikely as it appears that we can escape what we're going through, can actually be a vitally necessary experience for us, and one that is ultimately very healthy and liberating for this country. The truth needs to be told in all the dark places, because it's the truth that sets us free.
It is the first day of 2025, everybody, and it's already starting off pretty crazy. Welcome to the show. This is Josh Turnbow. Thank you for joining us this morning. I don't know if you're awake, but I know some of us slept in since New Year's was great. But wanted to come to you with breaking news here at WorldNet Daily. We always bring the breaking news, and today last night started off for the New Year's celebration with a terrorist attack in New Orleans in the French Quarter. I'm going to bring you that whole story today. So this is unfortunate and kind of just a sign of our times, and terror attacks. For so long, it seemed like we had kind of put those behind us, but we have not. And we're going to show you this. So this is imagery of a vehicle, and we know now that this was a rented vehicle, but this vehicle unfortunately drove through the area where revelers were in the middle of the French Quarter in New Orleans, plowing through people. There are at least reported 10 fatalities now, 35 injured, and news is coming out fast. I'm going to show you this video here, and so we're going to just kind of play it live this morning. I'm going to show you this presentation. This is a clip here. This is like surveillance footage, and we're going to see what looks like the truck, which we now know as a truck, speed into the space. You can see the truck here turning down Bourbon Street. This is like so far the first footage we have. In that footage that we see, I'm going to just mute it here. The truck has passed through. Right now, we're also seeing that we have a suspect, which this is all very fast. So I want to add this back to stage here. We'll just select this video here. So everything happening very fast, but we have a suspect that was shot on the scene, and we'll pull that image up here. So this is the suspect Shamsuddin Jabbar. It's also been reported that there are other people, that maybe 5 people that have participated. And in the earliest reports that we have, we're seeing that there may have been IEDs placed in the area. All of this is still coming in. And this person, we have some video we'll pull up of him, but apparently he was a former, this is all early reporting, so we need to confirm it all, but apparently he was in the military, and then later became an HR employee of a certain corporation, which we're still confirming. But this person is reported to be shot and killed at the scene. So what happened is he drove his truck down Bourbon Street, plowing through people, and then it looked like he crashed into, you can see here. Yeah. We're gonna have the producer here start to present with this for us. So, the truck crashed into what looks like a scissor lift of some kind, and that maybe stopped the truck. You can kind of see the scissor lift in some of the photos up to the top of it. And I think we have some more video too, bookmarked, guys, of the crash. But then immediately following that, the suspect hopped out of the car and started shooting. And we'll show you some of that as well. We can't show you everything. Some of it's pretty graphic. Go to that video real quick here of Jabbar speaking.
Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello.
Core
and let you know a
Realty.
little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like it really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So
clearly, if this is early reporting, this is reported to be the person that did the attack. Clearly something happened, right? This guy snapped. And we'll go to the FBI video here. The FBI, of course, is going to say, they don't know much.
Will be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist. What it is right now is their improvised explosive device. Kirkpatrick said, we'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found.
Pause this for me real quick. So they're saying, this is interesting. So they're saying, how do they know, first of all, that this is not a terrorist event? I mean, so we just had a terrorist event. There was just a major terrorist event in Germany where, ironically, a Muslim named person rammed their car through a Christmas market. And I don't even know how many people that killed, but that was there was a lot of fatalities from that event. So already the FBI tripping over themselves to say it's not a terrorist event, but which is very strange because in the early reporting, there is claims that there was a flag on the back of this truck. We'll try to find an image of that. And that it was, the infamous ISIS flag, black flag with these white Islamic lettering. That's being reported. We'll try to get a picture of that for you. Yeah, here we go. So you can kind of see in these images. We'll click through real quick. So this is something covered up on a pole from the back of the man's car, and we're not sure what that is. But internet sleuths are suggesting that if you go back to the, you can see at the bottom of that flag, there's white lettering. We don't know what that is. That could be, frankly, a jacket wrapped around the flag. We don't know. We're still waiting to find out. And, it's entirely possible that this person is disgruntled. He mentions that he, in the previous video, there's a real estate agent. Maybe that's not going good. Was not going good for him. But in any case, if he is in fact the real subject or suspect, he snapped. And now we're going to learn if, well, hopefully we're going to learn, unless it's covered up. We'll do our best to show you here. That was image. Let's go back to that image real quick. So this is another image of him. In this image, he, I don't know if this is doctored. That looks, previously he looked like a normal, person. This looks a little bit more in the jihadi vibe, right? And this is supposedly a picture of the same person. So, yeah. So we're just following this as we go, guys, because everything is so breaking. It's so funny, though, the world we live in. I saw that already the FBI agent, the woman in charge, people are noticing that she has a nose ring. This is kind of like the world we live in now. Oh, she has a nose ring. That's against FBI regulation. I mean, whatever. Okay, so we have a Trump statement. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Could you enlarge that a little bit for me? Yeah, so Trump, this is the statement. I'll read it. When I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media, but it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody has ever seen before. Our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and the loved ones, including the brave officers of New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover this act of pure evil. So, yeah, I mean, either way, terrorist or otherwise, it's an act of evil. And this is a graphic image here. It's blurred, but this is thought to be Shamshud here on the ground. So he crashed the car. Do we have that video? He crashed the car, then jumped out, started shooting, but almost immediately there was a police presence already there that returned fire and killed him. And in the classic way, let me try to pull this up here. So this is somebody's cell phone footage. Yeah, so this is another shot here from the balcony. You can see them doing CPR on the suspect. So that's kind of a normal thing now. Even after cops have shot someone dead, they are told that they need to try to save the life of the person. And that's why, it seems ridiculous, but that's kind of the world we live in now. Right. So again, there's our suspect so far. And now, the internet's going to go crazy. There you can. Okay, so that video, let's loop that for us. That video is he had crashed the car, then started shooting and came out of the car. People still weren't sure what happened, right? You can see the scissor lift he crashed into there. We're swearing here. We apologize for that. Yeah, so this is in the middle of reveling. People are in the middle of a New Year's party and this happened. Another story we're following, we want to keep an eye on it. We don't know that it is anything, but there's been reported sounds of explosions and a fire for a cyber truck out front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. So this could be nothing, but it is a little strange, especially coming after the news that we've had the last few days about where Elon has been in the news. So, strange timing, the cyber truck burning in front of the Trump Hotel. It's kind of weird, right? What is that? I don't really know. Let's see. Folks are commenting here. Horrible, terrible. I'm watching. Someone says another Muslim. Yeah, that's gonna be on everybody's mind, right? There that pattern of and of course, what's so frustrating is the FBI will work hard to probably hide that fact from us, just like we've seen with, for instance, the trans shooter in Nashville. That person's manifesto was hidden for months and months. Okay, I think we have another video here of the fire. And then this could be nothing, could just be a battery fire, but I mean, it is strange. Trump and Elon in the news in the last week, and then here, one of Elon's primary vehicles burning in front of the Trump hotel. Now, we haven't heard anything about this, right? There's not been new news on this one. So we're just keeping an eye on it. Of course, we're keeping an eye on the story with the I think we're going to find out this is a terrorist attack. That'd be my guess. We're going to find out that this was a terrorist attack in New Orleans. Sorry, not the Las Vegas Trump thing, but the New Orleans thing. And so now we're waiting to find out if there were truly IEDs planted. That's been one of the claims. And that there are additional suspects. I did notice something in that truck. So that is a quad cab truck, right? So this is, I think, can we get a closer look at the truck? Does it have 4? I think it does have 4 doors. That would make sense in at least in the case of there being multiple suspects, that they would easily fit inside the truck. And my guess is that throughout the day here, you're going to see lots of new video come out. We, of course, will bring that to you on our social media channels. And, of course, the story is developing over at worldnetdaily.com. Yeah, imagine, like, you can see the lady just in the top row here, right, looking down at this truck. I don't know if anybody has been, if you've been on this street before, love you to comment, because one thing we also know is that there are barriers at the ends of the street, and it looks like those were not raised. We're confirming that. It's going to take probably part of the day to confirm that, but if the truck was able to get through that area into Bourbon Street, the barriers were likely not raised, and then that's going to raise a lot of questions about that always happen. How did this happen? Right, here's an image of some of the barriers, and those are retractable. You can see that the center 2 are retractable, but apparently, yeah, I can't see it. Let's see. Breaking reports: the FBI regional task force responsible for the security in New Orleans deliberately ordered the safety barriers to be lowered.
No, that's not confirmed.
That is unconfirmed. Of course, this is coming from an account on X, so we can't confirm that. But at least we do have that picture to share with you. So, yeah, it's not a great way to ring in the new year with this kind of stuff. And I think a lot of us that that watch this channel we're genuinely excited that President Trump promises order in this kind of chaos.
You want to play this?
Yeah, we'll play this video real quick here.
She had a wedding ring on her finger. We were that close.
I
to
just
her.
didn't know if there were kids or,
And-
any kids
No,
around.
there
at that
was
time,
no
'cause it
small.
was 3 a.m.
No small children.
Okay.
No small children. I mean,
But
none in our area.
Right. Did you see, when you were looking down from the balcony, did you see the truck? Did you see the suspect?
Oh, he had been gone. That's what I was telling other news sources. Like, we have these hydraulic steel barriers from past events. Last Mardi Gras, this happened to an extent, maybe not terrorism, but still people getting hit in mass population with vehicles. Those barricades were not up, period. They had the flimsy orange ones that you could just push over with your finger. We actually thought it was kind of odd, because usually when you get to Bourbon Street, you can turn your back to Canal and not worry about anything. You can just walk the street, especially on New Year's, and there were still vehicles coming after 8 p.m. And then,
Wow.
I mean, the fact that they never raised them. That's how this guy was able to get down Bourbon Street so quickly and cause so much damage. Because there's other barricades past the Canal and Bourbon intersection. There's more like every 2-3 blocks. So what was 10 or 15 dead and 30 wounded could have only been maybe 5 and 15. I mean, who can say, but it definitely would.
Yeah, so Adam Stewart, one of our watchers, is saying, if this is the Adam Stewart I think I know. What's up, Adam? I read that the bollards were removed in November for replacement. I mean, classic government
Not put back in before new-
nonsense, right? Like, oh, let's go find, and this is just speculation, but let's go find the most expensive contract we can. And this is classic, right? Remove one thing and it's not taken care of. So we're going to find out. Hopefully we will not find out that this was just negligence. And here's an image of one of the barriers.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Since you can't read this.
Yeah.
This is too small. So this says the hydraulic steel barriers were installed on Bourbon Street after the France attack, and they're supposed to be raised between 5 p.m. and 5 a.m., but the city chose not to raise them last night, according to a witness. Now, there is a community note at the bottom that says the barrier shown in the picture was removed weeks ago. The city was installing new retractable steel barriers, but the work had not been completed. So the question is, before a massive New Year's Eve event, why would these have been removed and not replaced in time for such a large gathering?
Yeah, and there's a portable way to do this. So at any large security event, maybe we can find a picture of this, be it the UN meeting or for instance at the inauguration. One way that they do this rapidly is they fill dump trucks with dirt and park them right in front of any entrances, and cars don't go through dump trucks full of dirt. This is a security measure that anybody in an organized place knows you can do really easily. And we're going to see it. We'll actually probably see it all over the inauguration. You'll see it's just the easiest way to block a road. You put a vehicle in the way, something super heavy that another vehicle can't get through. And I'm a little surprised New Orleans is got to be on the top of the terror list for easy way to hurt people. I personally, with my family, I have this thing where we don't go to large places where there are large target gatherings. And
this is a bad image, but
yeah, this is okay. So that's an image of trucks blocking the road. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what they do normally.
Right here.
If there's any threat, and those
They use dump trucks to prevent this in Gatlinburg.
Yep. Dump trucks with dirt are so heavy you can't get through them. They can move themselves when they need to for security or emergency vehicles. So yeah, pretty sad. It's kind of a bummer in a way. We're not trying to, we're going to have a show necessarily today because we were thinking about, people are going to rest, people are going to enjoy their families. And we wanted to bring this to you because it's a reminder. You know whose watch this is on, by the way? This is on Joe Biden's watch and his FBI. And, we're hopeful for the future that this kind of thing is terrible, but it's a learning experience. Once more, another learning experience. Like we needed them at all. We're a country full of capable people. And I'm hopeful that this is just not going to be the way going forward, at least for the next 4 years. We're going to have some excellence. We're going to find out that this guy was probably not doing well. And we're probably going to find out he was on their radar. So this is a New York Post image and discussing that the barriers were not in place. I'm wondering if that scissor lift was just randomly there or because, that did stop his vehicle from moving forward. It looks like, unless he intentionally ran into it. So, yeah. All right, folks. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. Just a short show. We wanted to bring you just live what's happening. Of course, all of this will be on our social media channels for WorldNet Daily. And the team is working on our articles over at worldnetdaily.com. Our X is going to have all the latest. And it'll pop up our articles that are being written by the team as well. And we really appreciate you watching. Thanks, Adam. Great to see you. Larry, Buddy, Betty, Ginger, everybody that came into the comments today and watched. We really appreciate you guys coming in. We're excited for the new year. excited for a change, stuff away from this kind of stuff, of course. And we really appreciate you watching. And we hope you have an amazing start to your 2025. I'm Josh Turnbow signing off. And this is the part where we hit the outro. Thank you.